Hi, everyone. My name is Ana Queiroz. I'm a postdoc at the Lehman Center. And today I'm going to talk with you about two papers we have just published about Zoom fatigue. So first, what's Zoom fatigue? So Zoom fatigue is this feeling that we have when we have several video conferences. So this exhaustion that we have after having those video conferences. And we decided to investigate that because with the social distance restrictions with the pandemic since last year, so we saw an increased, anecdotally, an increase on fatigue from our colleagues and from ourselves. So first, we decided to search the literature about what they had and if there was any instrument able to measure Zoom fatigue, and we couldn't find any. So the first study, we focused on developing a scale that we could measure Zoom fatigue. Then we applied all these psychometrics standards to develop this scale, and we ended up with a 15 items scales able to identify the level of fatigue. Then after that, we decided to investigate what would be the mechanisms underlying the Zoom fatigue. And we had as hypothesis that one of them would be because we can see each other, we can see ourselves on the video while we are on video conferences all the time. And that could increase, our self-awareness and also our fatigue. The second hypothesis is that because we are all the time seated in front of the camera, because we have this strict field of view of the camera, it would also contribute for fatigue. And finally, we also have the non-verbal aspects of the communication when we use video conferences. And one of them is that usually we tend to exaggerate our body language when we are on a video conference. So for example, we nod and we do more, movements with our head to nod and to agree with others. And also, when we are in a video conference with several people, we have these several faces looking at us, like we are being looked in front of an audience. And that we know from a face-to-face environments that leads to increased arousal and also increased fatigue. So then we decided to investigate those mechanisms. And what we found was that, yes, they all contribute to fatigue. And more interestingly, we found that there is a gender effect of those mechanisms. So we found that first, women, they reported more fatigue than men. And second, when we found what was mediating this difference between women and men for Zoom fatigue, the self-view was the one with higher effect. So women usually get more impacted by seeing themselves on the video while doing a video conference. So then we start to think about what we can do to address all these issues. And on an individual level, what we can do is first, if you're able to rise your monitor or your camera, giving you more field of view that you can move around while you are on video conference, that would be great. Second, and very simple way is to just hide your self-view. And the apps nowadays, they have turned that easier to do than some months ago. And finally, you should think about which kind of meetings could be just a phone call. So for example, if you're meeting with only one person and you are not working together on a document or any kind of visuals need to be debated during the video conference, why not just use your phone? So those were some of the tips that you have, and we have some more on our publications that are available online on the Lehman Center website. So you just access there and you can download the papers. Thank you.